Do you know what the most dangerous word in Chinese manufacturing is? Yes. And that's because, well, every supplier, they're going to say that to you. Yes, we can do it. Yes, we can make this. Yes, the same quality as your sample. Yes, to pretty much everything. But here's the thing. A lot of the time, they can't actually do the thing that you're asking them. They're just lying to you because they want your business. And I mean, I get it. Everyone wants to make money in that. But for you, it's extremely annoying when you come across these yes men and they just waste a bunch of your time. If you've ever been to a trade show in China, you might know exactly what I mean. You walk up to a supplier, you talk to them and ask them if they can make a certain product, certain material, work within a certain tolerance. And before you've even finished your sentence, they're like, yeah, sure, we can do it. Like, hold my beer. You know, I can do anything, even though I don't have the production capacity or I've never worked with that material before. Sure, we can do that. And behind that yes, you probably don't realize there's actually no understanding of the thing that you really need at all. And that's where so many importers get it wrong. They take that yes as a guarantee of the factory's ability to do something, when in reality, it's just their way of keeping you interested in doing business with them. You know, most of these factory salespeople, they're actually keeping their jobs based on whether or not they have active leads or customers. I mean, most factory revenue comes from long-term business after all. So factory managers and factory owners, they're willing to gamble their time, well, their salespeople's time on smaller projects like this and then hope that it turns into something long-term. But of course, most of the time it doesn't. But still, if you're explaining what you're doing to your manager and times it may be tough or not tough, you know, it's better to tell your manager that, oh, I have this customer, I have this potential customer. So, I mean, good for them, but it's not good for your project. Also in China, sometimes saying no actually means losing face. So even if a factory knows something's out of their scope, they might agree, they might figure it out later, they might even outsource it entirely without telling you. Oh, it's even worse, they might deliver something of low quality standard, or chaboduo, which they call here, which I absolutely hate that word. That's how you end up with products that look fine in photos, but might fail certification, or molds that don't fit, or packaging that was nothing like your design. And it's not necessarily because the factory was evil. Sure, it's annoying, but they just didn't understand their limitations, your limitations, and maybe they just pushed too hard to get the sale. The best factories aren't the ones that say yes to everything. They're the ones that sometimes they tell you no. It's like, maybe we can't do this, or we can't do that. We can do it a certain way. Maybe this will be better. Maybe this will be worse. That's a real partner. Someone that actually cares about your quality and is going to protect your product. Unless, of course, you are just producing some really basic products. In that case, I wouldn't worry too much. Probably the factory can do the thing that you're asking for. So when you're sourcing in China, don't look for someone that always tells you yes. Work with someone that tells you the truth. Because the fastest way to waste 6 months and thousands of dollars is to work with one of these yes men. But the fastest way to build a great product is to work with someone that actually says no. At least sometimes anyway. And if you're interested in learning more about sourcing in China, please click like and subscribe. And check the video here if you want to learn about how you should structure your payments when paying Chinese suppliers for the first time. Thanks for watching. I'm out.